What do we?
I think we jump right to it. Epstein last night not killing himself, because that's what I want to talk about. I tried to go on Flow Grappling this morning and find the match. See if it was on there. I didn't. Because it was, 4 or 5 hours. But I couldn't remember which match it was.
I'll have to timestamp it, but if you go to Flow Grappling, you watch the NFC BJJ event from yesterday, which was the 7th?
It was the NFC BJJ 6.
What was the date?
February 8th.
It's February 8th. Check it out. About midway through. I think it's black belts are going on at the moment. And just a quiet moment in the crowd, kind of a hush. And out comes the big announcement. Epstein did not kill himself. And it got recorded, and it was hilarious. And I absolutely love it.
That might have been the best $100 you ever spent.
Yeah, so I threw it out there as a joke. Like, I got $100. Anybody during this day, during this downtime says it. And I got one serious look at. He's like, "Are you for real?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm for real." And he said, so he's like, "Oh, you got fuck you money like that?" And I really don't. But what was great is, you guys know, like if you have Cash App or a Venmo or whatever, and somebody sends you money, like there's an extra step to put it in your bank account. Yeah. So sometimes I'll just leave it in there, and then what happens is if you don't remember about it or whatever, it becomes like money that you found in your laundry or whatever, right? So I had like 100 and some change in there, so it really did feel like fuck you money. It felt like just free money. I was like, hell yeah, I'll send you that. It doesn't even affect me personally. It's money that I never really deposited into my account. Didn't actually feel like it belonged to me. So it was an easy saying. He has his phone out to show me his Venmo. I send it to him. He sees the confirmed. He goes, okay. And then just waits. And as soon as it hit the right time, fucking didn't disappoint, man.
That makes it so much better that he sat and just waited for the right time.
Yeah, because we were like, hold on, hang on. Because they were going for a submission at the time, I think. So it was like, hey, crowds, you hear a little more coaching, a little more excitement. So like, hold on, wait till it dulls down again. And sure enough, it did. And he delivered, and it was awesome.
He even got a subtle applause from the ref. Like, ref just turned over.
Yep, shout out to T. Driscoll out of Creighton MMA, man. That was a blast. So that was really cool. And that's, we like to have fun here. Yeah. It was one of those moments. It was fun.
Yeah,
but
so I'm really hoping that made the broadcast.
Me too. No way it didn't get picked. Well, hold on. It should have gotten picked up by audio.
He held it.
He barked it loud. The announcers are across the mat. We were third row or second row,
right.
So
they must have heard it.
It should have gotten picked up on them, and it was during a dead time. So
yeah,
I need to find that. You're right. I need to find the footage of that.
Yeah.
That'd be great. NFC BJJ event was just really good. They are putting together solid events. Atlanta is a hub of high level jiu-jitsu, and it's starting to get a name for itself more and more. So, and what better group to host it than NFC, who's really blown up the MMA scene in Atlanta as well. So, Dave Oblas has his shit together, man.
Yeah, it's been great what they've been doing, and the matchups that they're making. Like pretty much all of them were fun. There's a couple old guy matches that were a little old guy pace, but it was still like good matches.
Yeah, Clay is really putting together. He's becoming like how Jesse Wabel's considered the matchmaker of MMA. Like the guy's killing it with that. Clay is just right off the bat just hit the ground running on jiu-jitsu matchups, matchmaker.
He looked good in his match too.
And he's not to mention he's a fucking beast on the mats. What I notice is, this isn't necessarily groundbreaking opinion, but Nogi is just so much more exciting to watch.
Hell yeah.
You end up with these two end spectrums. Like, white belt is kind of boring to watch. That's why you don't get it often, because they just either stalemate or it's just big mistakes. But then you get like brown and black belt sometimes becomes not so fun to watch because they almost stalemate each other.
Yeah.
They can be fun, and there are a lot of there's little detail fun about it, but not big detail fun. Like when you're thinking about audiences and your general audience appeal. But you get purples and blues and some browns, and you especially put them in no-gi, you're getting some excitement out of that. Especially these youngsters that are fucking like just looking to wow some folks, and it's fun. So I enjoy it. It's not always fundamentals, and I get that. We can get snobby about it. They're not technical or whatever, but you got to also entertain, right? It's the fucking the gladiator rule, right? Where he's like, well, I killed all the guys. That's it. It's like, no, you have to win the crowd also, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so part of that is, it's a hybrid that all competitors struggle with, especially fighters, and jiu-jitsu is part of that world, right? That you're like, well, I want to win, but I also want to win the crowd, and if you focus too much on one, you're likely going to lose the other.
Right.
And it's a tough battle to make. But when you get the guys that find that balance, like your Logan Santos guys, and even though he necessarily didn't win last night, he faced like a world champion black belt, and he just got his brown. I think it's significant. Yeah. So there are guys that can do it, and when they do it, that they're special. So you need it. Like I think there's people that stand out.
Yeah.
I think Daniel's become that as well.
Yeah.
Daniel Smith trains here at SBG. He always excites because his technique is like fun to watch.
Yeah.
And he's smooth and he does the like water thing, but he wins too. So it's you got to have both. That hybrid is a really tough thing to find.
For sure. But yeah, no, it was a whole night of good matches. Part of me, I think, just wishes that they would do more the no-gi, but then there were some really fun gi matches like what was his name? Cheese Wheel.
Will
Edmondson.
Yep.
Will, yeah.
Will Edmondson. Yep.
Yeah, that was fun.
That team is a lot of fun to watch. Any of those guys compete.
That's
but
all.
Will's one of my Atlanta jiu-jitsu man crushes, man.
Oh, okay.
I like his game a lot. I like his attitude a lot. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. Him and Dustin and some of those guys who were an alliance at the time, but they were always like the one generation just above me. So they were always like, when I was a blue belt, they were crushing it at purple. When I got purple, they were crushing it brown. So they were always like, it's like when you go through high school and the sophomores that were always above you when you were a freshman.
Right.
And so I've always kind of looked up to them, but also been close enough to rub elbows with them. So it's really neat to see them succeed. Will's awesome. In the gi too. He's really fucking fun to watch.
Yeah, he had some fun stuff. But yeah, the guy that went up against Logan was Sergio.
Yep.
Ardilla.
Yeah, I suck with names, but Sergio, yes.
Something like that. Yep. He was a beast.
Yeah, he was what he was supposed to be. I mean, people knew him to be. I
knew nothing about him, and then when I saw him get in there and move, I was like, oh.
Yep. It's fundamentals too. Man, a lot of fundamentals.
Yeah, nothing super flashy.
Me and Philippe were talking about that contrast that you see sometimes where young new age jiu-jitsu, which is fun to watch, runs into masters of fundamentals.
Yeah.
It sometimes cancels that out. Sometimes it doesn't, right? You can get the new age guys that keep up. And what's even scary is the new age guys that also have a mastery of fundamentals. That's really scary. But there was a match a long time ago. I always throw back to where Quentin, who was kind of the man in Atlanta at the time, kind of what Logan started to become now, went up against Chris Moriarty, who was the old school man, motherfucker, right? And from Alliance, he was an American assassin for Alliance, basically. Was going to school to be a doctor at the time. He was also crushing it in jiu-jitsu and judo at black belt level, and they ended up having a little mini spout on social media. Got matched up at NFC back before they did a jiu-jitsu event. They would sprinkle in jiu-jitsu events in the MMA cards, and Moriarty and him faced each other, and you saw it. Like, yes, Quentin didn't get subbed because he's very savvy,
right?
But fundamentals kind of shut down Quentin's whole game. And that's just, that's not to say anybody that knows fundamentals can do that. But Moriarty is a master at fundamentals. Like, he doesn't compete anymore. I don't know when the last time he's competed. That might have been the last time. We're talking 5-6 years ago. And he's still considered in high regard when you talk to any other black belts about it. Yeah. That's how dope he is.
Yeah. So. No, it was all in all fun night, fun card.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Those are great events, and it's cool to get that much energy, that much crowd, and have that much fun at a jiu-jitsu event.
Right.
I would have never, ever thought it.
Yeah.
Never. No one would have thought it. That's why this is something new, because most people are like, man, nobody's paying for that shit.
Yeah. What's crazy, too, is it's like nobody, or I don't think particularly for me, like, I saw that coming, but also, like, you can tell, like, the crowds, at least for me when I go to, like, NFC MMA events or whatever, like, it's two completely different crowds, but it's almost cooler to see the jiu-jitsu crowd, because it's not just people yelling at each other, like, just stand up, like, do this. Everybody's, like, it's kind of weird, because it's like quiet, and then when something happens, everybody like freaks out, and then they go back.
Yeah, it's a. I think it's a higher IQ crowd
for sure.
You know, I know it sounds pompous a little bit, but it just is. That's why it's such a niche audience. It's not MMA is more broad. You can get wrestling, pro wrestling crossovers and all that as well. For sure. And casual fans, whereas jiu-jitsu doesn't have casual fans. They have engaged fans that also train.
Yes.
MMA is, with a lot of sports, you have the gap between people that have never played before but they're a fan.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu's, I think that gap is super small. Most of the people that are fans also train.
It would be incredibly hard, I think, to be into watching jiu-jitsu and not train.
Yeah. You'd be bored. You wouldn't know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
You're just there because you're supporting a family member. And that's a small percentage of crowd that's there, but the majority are people in the know. And it's really neat. Yeah. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, it's always fun every time we go. But
yep, so shouts.
Yeah.
Dave Oblas, Clay, NFC. Motherfuckers killing it. What else on deck? I didn't watch the Jones fight. I didn't watch.
I mean, we kind of did.
I hear, my bootleg kept cutting in and out at the restaurant.
I mean,
but I hear controversy.
The legitimate stream that we watched it on.
Yeah.
It's totally legal.
Like Joe Rogan says, you can't beat the internet, motherfucker. Yeah, so I hear there's controversy about it.
Yeah.
Maybe not like a lot of people are saying it could have gone either way, but I hear a lot of people saying like the judges' scorecards were so ridiculously wrong. Like some gave them too much.
Yeah, I saw something from Daniel Cormier this morning. He put up something about it, and he talked about how he thought best case should have been like a split decision for Reyes. Like it was that close, but he was like you could see an argument either side. Like it just seemed like one of those fights where it was super close, and I think there's going to be a rematch.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, you could say that about I feel like you said that about the last 3 Jones fights. You know, it's like fuck, he's not really putting anybody away anymore.
No, but I don't know, with the exception of maybe like DC and a couple others when he first started, like Machida or some of those guys.
Yeah,
he's not like a crazy finisher.
No,
he's got some really, really good techniques. But I think even all the way back in his career, like his best fights, DC, Gustafsson, both just 5-round wars that he won by decision.
Battles, you're right.
You know, but you're right. Like the past, like Santos, Smith, all those. Like it looks like he was playing with his food.
Yeah, and playing too long, and not like just saying, okay, let's put him away, right?
Right.
I heard that somebody told me that Rogan, on the commentary, was dogging out one of the judges for not even watching the fight during the fights. Like the judge wasn't even
good for Rogan, man.
So yeah, fuck yeah, call them guys out.
That's that whole thing.
You have one job,
but
one
it's like
fucking job.
But and two, it's getting to the point now with guys that like Rogan's been a big advocate for it. But it's like everybody knows that the judges don't know what they're watching. Yep. So why has nobody done anything?
Yep. They keep trying to force archaic rules into a new age sport.
Right.
The 10-8 thing comes from, or 10-9 thing comes from boxing.
Yeah.
The judging system, all of it. Why not revolutionize it? You revolutionized how the gloves are in the cage instead of a ring and all these things.
Do we really want to be modeling shit after boxing? Like boxing's corrupt as fuck. Like that's a thing too.
I think they did back in the day because they had no clout. And they were
That's
like,
true.
fuck it, we'll follow your rules as long as you let us fight in your state, right?
That's fair.
Now they have fucking pull, man. So use the pull to say, no, we're changing the commission or we're creating a new commission. You got enough pull. Outside of like some pansy-ass states, you're fighting in most every state anyway. Yeah. You don't need to play along just to get in that door anymore. You're in the door. You're solidified in the door. They recognize that you make money for any town you go into.
Yeah, you're telling me Vegas isn't going to be like, no, you can't have your events here anymore.
Right. You've got enough clout.
Yeah.
They can pull strings and get and change. They don't have to keep becoming boxing 2.0. That's what it is. Boxing 2.0.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. The reffing's gotten better, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of the reffing is not. Notice there's no boxing refs, so why don't we have boxing commission? Like fuck that. Put your veterans on the commission.
Well, and we're to the point now where it's like there's enough retired pro fighters that would be itching to do that. That would be down to sit there, judge whatever system you give them. It could still be the 10-point must if you want.
Yep.
Right, but at least they're like able to get a better idea of what's happening.
Yeah.
Like every time you hear a story about somebody talking about like, oh, like this judge didn't know what was happening on the ground, and you're like, great.
Yeah, my only thought is, I mean, it's a world that it's lose-lose. I get it for the commission.
It is.
Because if they do that, then the next complaints are all about bias, right? And about, oh, this guy, remember he trained with this guy, and they're making connections. And that's why his best college mate is also teammates on that guy. It's like, all right, well, fuck, man. So it's lose-lose. I get it, but you got to get at least a little better. You're not going to get perfect, but let's make it better.
Yeah, but there's got to be some sort of medium. Maybe like make all those judges get a blue belt somewhere.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or how about this? Make them watch the fucking fight. Like if that's happening, that guy should be getting filmed. That should be this dickhead.
That should be a fucking given though. It's like this is your
Do your job. Yeah.
Like,
do your job is a given.
And that's the other thing too that's stupid is like by not watching this and just writing something down, you're ruining Reyes's career, potentially Jones's career. Like you're fucking with all that.
Yep.
So why do we have
fucking with a lot of money, man?
Yeah. So why do we have this guy that on the biggest fight of these guys' lives, or at least for Reyes? Like why do you have a guy that's not fucking watching the fights?
Yeah, if that's true, that guy should be fired.
For sure. But I'll bet we see him back.
Yeah, or we don't even know who the fuck he is, right? Yeah. Yeah, so fuck that.
Yeah.
So that was NFC, or that was UFC.
NFC, UFC.
What else? What else we had going on? I guess that was kind of hitting the sports world.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Didn't watch.
Super Bowl. You didn't?
Nope, didn't.
I watched it.
I was asleep way before it even probably kicked off.
Yeah, I watched it by myself.
Did you?
Pretty much, yeah.
What'd you think about this whole Shakira J-Lo thing everybody's talking about?
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of this, so I've only seen the reactions.
So what part about it?
I don't know. People are saying it's too whatever people are bitching about, right? It's
right.
Too sexualized.
It was super sexualized. Like I get that.
My kids and whatever.
It was. To be fair, J-Lo was wearing at one point virtually nothing.
So I need to watch it, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say, like, so basically, like J-Lo at one point had on, it was like this see-through shit pretty much everywhere, except for like right over here and here. It was like one of the V things.
Okay.
But it was like under it. Like I know I'm probably selling you on watching this, right? But
I'm offended already.
You're already there.
I'm triggered already.
It was just a lot of like, I don't know, like Shakira was out there too, and she was just like, moving her hips around, like, pelvic thrusting and shit.
Yeah.
Like she does. And then J-Lo was just doing what J-Lo does.
Yeah, it's almost like, what did you expect, right? You saw those names on there.
I will say, though, the best thing I saw on Facebook was somebody put, like, I kept putting ones in front of my TV stand or something. Oh, fuck. Who was that? Oh, it was great. But, like, it is a little what it felt like. But also, this is something I forgot. It's just a side note. Shakira's almost 45.
Yeah, I saw that.
And J-Lo's 50.
Saw that as well.
So, I think, side note, whatever you think about them being over-sexualized, whatever, props on them at 50 for being able to flip around and
well,
do
here's
that
the thing.
shit.
Who's bitching about it, right? Let's get to the core of this. Who's bitching about it? Men aren't bitching about it. I know that.
Straight men.
Say what?
I'm just kidding.
Even gay men,
no,
right?
I'm kidding. But
who's bitching about it? Who do you think bitches about it the most? I have the answer in my head already.
Super conservative, religious types. That's it.
I would take it a step further. Super conservative,
or
moms, and
parents,
women, and this energy feels like it's coming from women more so than men, because men are doing the thing that men do. We're idiots and we're very simple minded. We're like, oh, boobs, butt, like, oh, right. Right? Guys do that.
Yeah.
I feel like really a lot of this energy is coming from women. And maybe the super conservative, super values voter guy thing, right? However, my issue then becomes this whole movement we've done over the last several decades about this women empowerment movement, right?
Yeah.
Like, be proud of who you are. These women are 40s and 50s.
Right.
And so now we're saying what? They shouldn't be proud of their bodies and whatever and all this stuff.
All I'm saying is if I'm like 45, I want to be able to have the range of motion in my hips that Shakira does. That's all I'm saying, right?
I think Shakira is smoking. I've never been a huge J-Lo fan for some reason. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I get it. She's gorgeous, but
yeah.
Not like how I know a lot of men are infatuated with her. And I'm like, no, she's pretty, and that's Shakira.
That surprises me. Yeah.
Yeah, something weird. Anyways,
but yeah, so I really didn't think I watched the whole thing, right? And obviously, like, I rewinded it and watched it again just to make sure I was offended.
Yep. Slow motion.
Zoomed in and out,
Make sure.
Downloaded the whole thing actually.
Lock the door.
Play it back. No, but like I think that it was more of like a cultural thing too. So like the whole thing, since it was like in Miami, right? That's why they had J-Lo and Shakira.
Got it.
They had a bunch of other like Hispanic music stars come in. I didn't know who hardly any of them were, but it was fun. It was like, okay, cool. Like here's a little taste of Miami. Like you're here. But like the thing that Shakira and J-Lo was doing, like outside the Super Bowl, if you went to like a regular concert in Miami, I'd assume that it'd be the same.
Yeah, that's their show.
It's their show, and I think it's part of their culture. Mm-hmm. And then they just displayed it up there, and people were like, "What is this?"
Think about a lot of South American dances and shit, like the Brazilian
Super
carnivals
sexual.
And shit. It's a lot of hips and a lot of shaking. It's us that makes it like, yeah. I mean, why are you? This is again, it's your fucking snowflake, blah blah blah. You snowflake liberals, whatever. Why are you so fucking pissed and offended, and why are you so sensitive? Why are you triggered by this? Can't you just be like, it wasn't my type of music. Like, they play, I've seen some dog shit music at halftime shows. And I'm like, it's not for me. I'm not going to rush to be like, worse, blah, blah, blah. I'm offended. And
right. No. And that's the other thing. It's like, if you don't like it, turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, don't watch it.
You knew they were booked. We knew it months ahead of time.
Like,
were you surprised? Her biggest hit is that hips don't lie.
Yes. It's literally what both of them do. Why is everybody so surprised that they came together and did what they do?
Can you believe I invited these two dogs over and these motherfuckers, get this, they barked. Like, what? They did what you expect them to do, and that is our cultural.
All women dogs?
No, I'm not. That is our cultural issue, though.
Are you saying their bark's worse than their bite? Is that? Are you?
I don't know what level that is.
I don't know.
I'm not saying anything even remotely close to that. What I am saying, though, is...
I just want to take that clip out.
Did you just call them bitches?
Did you just call all women bitches?
But, so, this is our cultural thing. We know we're about to be offended, and we can't wait to be. So them motherfuckers, every single one of them motherfuckers that are bitching about it and making this big a deal about it, they didn't change the channel once. No. Because they wanted to be offended. We're excited to be offended and clutch our fucking pearls about shit. Because it's like, now it's our turn. Now you've offended me. And it's like, racism? Well, I got your trump card. Reverse racism. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Right. Like, we're in this race to be the bigger victims or the bigger offended or the bigger whatever. And then there's this, like everything goes in our fucking world, there's always a countercultural thing. So there's another theory that the complaints are fake complaints by the publicists to create more interest in J-Lo and Shakira. Yeah, because they're just so not popular. I'm sure they're not selling anything. Like, they needed that.
J-Lo only has a couple 100 million followers on Instagram.
Their careers are struggling. Come on. Like, no, these are fucking bent out of shape. Not physically out of shape, but bent emotionally out of shape.
I mean, they could be physically
that as well. Like, bitter fucking people that saw the others doing that thing. And it's the same people that bitched about, what's her name? Janet Jackson, who showed the titty. Shut the fuck up. You're afraid of what? Were they simulating? Was she humping someone? Were they actually simulating sex? Or were they just being sexual? Because those are two different things.
On stage.
They fucked?
Yep.
You full of shit. I saw like J-Lo on a pole or something like that.
So that was...
But your mom can go take a strip pole aerobics and J-Lo can't do that? What are we differencing? Like, why are we offended so easily?
I don't know. I'd honestly probably be more offended at mom like getting on the pole than J-Lo. Yeah. Because I don't fucking know J-Lo. Like, she's a 50-year-old grown-ass woman. Like, do what you want to do. Yeah. But, like, I think that was the part where most people had a problem with.
Because like, it's so directly connected to stripping.
Literally like, boom, here we go. But I'll put this out there. I'd like to see any other 50-year-old man, woman, whatever, trying to do what J-Lo did on that pole.
It's hating at its finest, man. And we disguise it with offended and whatever. You're hating. You're fucking just hating. Shut the fuck up. You don't like it, change it. I didn't like when they had... I'm not a huge Tom Petty fan. I'm not a huge fan of like... what was the guy they had last year? Adam Levine or whatever? It
was all right.
I'm not a huge fan of all that stuff, so I'll be like, cool, I'll go get snacks while they're playing. Yeah. I'm not that interested. I'm not fucking watching and like, oh, look at all his tattoos. He's just flexing his muscles. I bet he's on steroids. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I was dialed into that show.
Yeah, your pants were down. I know. I couldn't go anywhere. I would have tripped over my pants around my ankles. But it's just it bugs me because if you get out of the bitter bickering, you just fly above it and be like, oh, it's your turn to be offended now. Right. We get it. It's the same song and dance, and then it's going to be your turn to be offended next.
Yeah. And I get the argument too of like, I think like you were saying, a lot of like the women or like the moms saying it's like, this is what you're teaching our daughters to look up to. It's like, I get that. I'm not advocating anybody's daughters start running around on poles, right? But it's definitely a thing, where what was I gonna say? Damn it! I just lost my train of thought.
While you gather it, I don't get it. Your daughters shouldn't be looking up to anyone. That's Charles Barkley said that back in the day. I'm not your kid's role model. Well, you should be a fucking parent. What, you relying on halftime shows to raise your kids? Right. Fuck you. Right? Be a parent.
That was basically what I was gonna say.
Good. So, yeah.
There you go. Along those lines.
I'll be Tyler's angry interpreter. He's like, please, parent your children. Hey, fuck off, parents. Be a parent to your goddamn kid. Stop relying on someone else. And this is real, too. This is a real PSA, in my opinion. Off the pole. Stop relying on your fucking teacher or their friends or TV or fucking the halftime shows or music or any fucking body else to be your kid's role model, to set the example for life. And fuck you. There's drugs and terrible shit all around the world. Are you trying to fucking dodge raindrops to let outside influences guide them? Or you want to just roll your fucking sleeves up and do your job as a parent? Get away from your own phone, get away from your own problems, and pause for a second and help them interpret what the fuck's going on out there. And that's so much easier.
You're missing an opportunity to make a lot of money.
How?
I was about to say, getting your kids, they could have a career.
Stripping?
Maybe. It's a profession.
So parents encourage that. Is this
No, I'm not saying encourage it. Do all the stuff he said, but also remind your kids that when all else fails, there's a legitimate career side for you. And J-Lo, I think, has showed us that.
It can help her get through veterinarian school or something. I think that's what they all say, right?
It pays the bills.
They're going through nursing school.
It pays the bills.
So just to be clear, our messages are not married to each other. Tyler Trump does not speak for me. The views in, what do they always say at the thing? The views and explanations by the on the show is not representative of the channel or whatever.
Yeah, we should probably get that.
So, we're gonna dedicate this segment to a
lot of ranting.
A lot of there's a lot of snake oil salesmen out there. A lot of hucksters. A lot of bullshitters, and they happen to also be, in my opinion, pieces of shit. Not as a whole as human beings, but if you do shitty things consistently and know they're shitty and you double down, you are now a person that does shitty things, which makes you a piece of shit. Yeah? So that's really generic, right? Kick it off, Tyler.
So, I think one of these topics, one of these shysters, if you will, that's pretty near and dear, I think, to us, and something that we've seen a lot of, especially lately, is kind of, with the online dating movement almost that there is, Tinder, Bumble, all that shit coming up. Obviously, people, have some success, might not, and something that's kind of popped up more and more is this whole frame, or really, almost a market for, online dating coaches, which... trying to think of how to best word this. It's fucking silly. But we've seen over and over, this, both of us collectively, a lot of people, particularly some of these dating coaches, coming from a point of very little to no experience, and they're trying to make themselves an expert. That's something you see a lot. We've seen it in jiu-jitsu, we've seen it here, you can see it in just about any area of your life, but this one's especially weird, I think, to me, and probably to you too, because it's something where a lot of these guys that are going on making videos, it's super creepy. They're not in a good place, and you're able to see them really put thought into manipulating women to go on dates with you, to be in relationships with you, and it's really fucking creepy.
Yep. Yeah,
Back to you.
This isn't individual, right? No. I somehow am on, some algorithm has picked up that I must be in the marketplace of dating coaches, because I get the YouTube commercials before any videos. Some of the videos that I watch, it'll be like a jiu-jitsu video or a comedy video. All of a sudden, there's the commercial is
really?
I've been trying to, I forget the guy's name too, because I was like, because now it's consistent. It's some guy.
That dude with the really big beard?
No, he's a blonde. I don't fucking know. Anyways, it's the same fucking bullshit. He's talking in front of his house. He's successful. He's pitching bullshit stuff, but he's a dating coach. And he's telling you about how you could meet the love of your life. And just like him, he's married now, and its strategies has worked for him. It's the typical shit of somebody that says, hey, I earn $10. Pay me $10 and I'll show you how you can earn $10. Right? And it's like, you just earned $10, bro. Like, you're just you. Like, that's anybody we see in the diet world, right? In the health world.
Yep.
Like, hey, I lost 40 pounds on this diet. This is the way. Follow me. Pay me to coach you, or whatever the thing is, right? I have the way. There's no the way. We kind of get that. We know that each individual way is the way. It's specific to you in a very scientific manner. But I think, it becomes particularly dangerous when we start talking about manipulation of relationships, manipulations of interaction with human beings. Now, we're no longer talking about making money, because that's math and science. We're no longer talking about losing weight. That's science.
Yep.
With calories, math, and science, right? We're no longer talking about things, business. There's hucksters out there for that as well. Sure. And there's hucksters for the diet world, and there's for just about everything. And those have their own place because, hey, they're saying, here's a formula that can work if you followed it, and maybe it won't work for you, and it's worked for this guy. But you take out of the math and science world and you get into the art world, which is the nature of relationships with people, and they're trying to apply same formulas. And to me, that is destructive. And not only is it destructive that you as an individual might do it because, you're like, I got this system down that helps manipulate this one to speak to me and this one to reply this way, and you are a manipulator, right? You're a shitty person because you're doing these things with intentional negotiation tactics, in my opinion. But what makes it double down worse is now you think you are in a place of authority to tell other people that, and you're basically creating a movement of people that like to manipulate others, and it takes the genuinity. I hate that fucking word.
Authenticity.
I'll take that one instead. beat authenticity out of
we'll skip that part.
Out of personal relationships, and it bugs the fuck out of me. Because if I thought I was talking to someone and I realized I'm in that, I no longer want to talk to you. Yeah. You're a fucking piece of shit to me.
Yeah. Well, exactly, and that's what's so crazy, and I think that personally, like for me, that's what gets me so worked up about it. It's like, oh, cool. Like, because the people that are going to be watching these videos and really trying to, take something from that, like the people that are going to be trying to learn from you, are probably the people that really need help on learning to be themselves. Yes. And what you're doing is taking some sort of formula, something like that, and almost like gimmicks to try and trick somebody into building a relationship with somebody that's not you. And then when they figure that shit out and they leave you, it's going to be worse because now you put all this time, all this money, all this energy really into building somebody that's not you, that isn't, a good version of you, that isn't a version of you at all. It's just a clone because it's somebody else and, what somebody else told you to do, told you to say. Yep. Like, I mean, we've watched, a couple of these. We didn't want to put them on here because we didn't want to give anybody credit for it, right? But, like, and some of these, there's thoughts just going into every little thing that you're wearing. What are you doing? If she says this, it's almost like a flow chart of, she says hello, then you have a response. You have a response. If she says hi, it's a different response. Like
it's sales copy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Like it's terrifying. And I think too, like the worst part about it is the people that really need help are the only ones that are going to be looking at it, right. And they're the ones that are going to get the most hurt by it in the long run. And obviously, like, both, I think, men and women, really, whoever are watching those, like, dating videos. I know a lot of the ones that we've seen are targeted towards men, but I'm sure it exists for women, too. Probably less. Mm-hmm. But I think, like, some women are going to get creeped out and just, I think, bothered and harassed by some of this. But also, like, the people that need it are the ones that are getting hurt the most. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah, you're creating victims in the future that are already your lowest, at their lowest points.
Right.
here's the thing, man. If you're single and out there and you're fucking in a desperate place, you think you're a piece of shit, you think no one will talk to you and you're lonely, I'll be your fucking dating coach. Here you go. You ready for it? Work on yourself. Yes. Meeting someone else should not be your end goal. Enjoying you should be your own goal. Your job, and this has been, I'm not speaking out of turn here, this is something I've been on maybe at least 5-year hunt for. Your job should be non-variable happiness, which means no nouns can affect your happiness. No person, no place, no things. Not your job, not how much money you make, not if someone's in your life or not. Those things do not dictate your happiness. It is non-variable affected. You are happy because you're you. And if you're currently not in that point, and you're like, oh, I need to find a coach up. No. Because that coach, specifically the ones we're speaking of, are telling you how to fix other people around your flaws. Fix your fucking self. And you know who's the most attractive person to the other people out there? Is someone who's got their shit together. So focus on getting your shit together and things will happen naturally. And guess what? Because you found non-variable happiness, if it happens or not, doesn't affect you anymore because you're fucking happy. Right. Stop this shit where we gotta fucking manipulate the world because we want to avoid the real hard work, which is fix you, bitch.
Yes.
Fix fucking you. You meet the person of your life, and guess what? The 7-year itch comes, which is a psychological evaluation that happens in relationships as a whole, and they leave you. Are you devastated because everything went in them? That is flawed. Yeah. Currently, you are single and you're not, and you're in a desperate place right now. You are thinking you can find happiness somewhere else, and you are wrong. And these fucking snake oil salesmen are selling you that you can, and you can find validation from others. And they are fucking with your head, and they're destructing you, and they're going to take your problems and make them fucking worse.
Yes.
You. Selfish as fuck. Fix yourself. This shit, like, I see these videos and I feel like I'm getting pissed. Like I'm about to knock the camera over.
Like I'm like, shit out of here. But no,
I'm so pissed about this because these are people that are avoiding themselves, and they found they're getting marketed to by coaches who want to make money off of you avoiding yourself. Hey, we're gonna help avoid yourself even more because I got this system that we can trick it. I found a cheat code that you can get to the end of Mike Tyson's Punch Out and face Mike Tyson. It's like no, that's an old 80s. That's an 80s baby term. Yeah. However, I found the cheat code. It's like no, bitch. Well, you're gonna go face Tyson and get knocked out and not have fun playing the game, and you're gonna hate the game. Play the fucking game, develop your skills, develop yourself. And I don't mean develop your skills talking to girls and approaching strangers. Fuck off. Develop your fucking self.
Yes.
If that means you're super social, it means you're not super social, that doesn't matter. Then none of that matters. Happy with yourself. I'm not crazy social. I go to fucking stores and people have to register to talk to me or whatever. I'm fucking meh. I come to stores to buy things. I don't come to stores to meet people. And I don't go to grocery stores, blah, 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 to meet women.
You mean you don't pull your headphones out, pull girls'
fucking
headphones
chicks
out
at the gym, right? Yeah, God, if you think a fucking chick at the gym wants to speak to you, shut the fuck up. No, she doesn't. And especially she got headphones on. I don't care how many times she looked at you. Nope. She's waiting for you to get off the fucking machine she wants. Or she's wondering why you keep staring at her creepily. Yeah. Don't fucking approach her at the gym. She's not at the gym to meet people. She's at the gym to fucking train. Got it? I don't care. Yes, I get it. I've gone to LA Fitness. They're fucking thirst traps everywhere. There's chicks that get done up and they got their titties out and they're not even lifting any weights. They want attention. I get it. But they just want attention. Don't approach them. Don't be the fucking guy. Don't be the creep. Let them be the weirdos, right? Yeah. You don't be the fucking weirdo. You're focused on you. The moment you stop focusing on you and you start trying to manipulate other shit to mask the focus on you, you fucked up.
Yeah, and I think just keep going on that, like you're doing yourself a disservice. Because it's like whenever you're not in a relationship, something you're single, like that should be your time to build somebody, like not even for the purpose of dating, but like I want to be the best version of myself, and somebody's going to come along and see that. Because when you're putting in work on yourself, you're improving your mindset, you're even physically, like training, all this stuff. If you're just making yourself the best version of you, people are going to be naturally attracted to that. And you don't need to come up with some gimmick or something like that. And that's the thing that drives me nuts, that people don't say more, because they're like, oh, well, if you just, pay me a couple $100, watch my fucking video series, which is a whole nother thing. But it's one of those things where if you don't take the time making yourself into somebody that's stable by yourself, like how the fuck do you expect to bring something to a relationship with somebody else in the first place if you can't even take care of yourself?
Yep.
That's for me, like, that's something that I try to do. That's why, like, you'll see me, like, what was it? 2 years ago was the last relationship I was in. And in that time off, I'm like, cool. I'm not running around looking for shit. I'm taking time and I'm making myself the best version of me.
Yes.
And I do that with myself. And then when something comes along, then you're like, cool. I can now focus on that because I have something to bring to the table. If all you have is gimmicks to bring to the table, then eventually they're going to see through that and you're going to be worse off than you started.
Yep.
It might work for a little bit, or you end up with a busted ass chick, you leave your kids, and you never know what happened, right?
Yeah.
And you wonder how I got here, your hair's parted to the side, and the only play you're getting is from a cat. You never know. That sounded very specific, but just right off the top of my head.
And what he's talking about too is because what the advice he's talking about can and does get manipulated by these gurus, right?
For sure.
Because what they'll do is say, yeah, we're saying the same thing as Tyler's saying. Work on yourself so you can get that girl, right? No. Fix your fucking priorities. It ain't to get her. It ain't to get the 10 or the whatever. You're not playing the fucking numbers game. The numbers game is one, and it's you, motherfucker. Focus on you.
Yes.
If complete you, yes, may attract other people and outsiders, and that would be great if it does. But if it doesn't, you don't give a fuck because it wasn't your intention. That wasn't your priority. It was some secondary accessory that may come with it. But it's not
effect.
Determined. If you determine fixing me so I can get that, then you got it out of whack.
Yep.
Fix me so I can get me.
Yes.
That is it. And you make you the goal. It sounds selfish. I don't give a fuck. It sounds narcissistic. I don't give a fuck. You fix you. The rest works itself out, man. Because if they don't come or they do come, you don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Because you're a complete person, right? And that ain't something we can sell you. A therapist can sell it to you, but you don't see therapists opening up fucking YouTube commercials and shit, right? Because they know they don't have to sell you on the fact that therapy's good for you. Therapy's good for you, period. So stop don't get fucking caught in these guys. If I'm getting the advertisement, I know some of you motherfuckers are too. Yeah. So see it, recognize that it's absolute snake oil bullshit, and do not follow it. I know you're gonna feel desperate, dude. I get it. Right? We feel lonely. We're like, oh man, I'm not getting any attention. I'm in this drought world of dating. I get it. It fucking sucks sometimes. So what?
Fuck yeah.
So what? Don't look at it as a thing. Look at it as an opportunity, right? You can spin anything in your head. Anything negative can be spun to a positive.
Yes.
All you have to do is recognize you're playing with the same coin and flip that bitch and say, oh, I'm single and nobody's answering my calls. Well, cool. More time to work on me.
Yeah.
More time for me shit. Because who's my biggest fan? Me, motherfucker. Yeah. I need to be my biggest fan. And then secondarily, maybe someone else.
Yeah. And I think that's too, like, part of why I think there's been such a movement in, like, this online dating thing or all this quick fixes and stuff. It's because all these people don't want to do the fucking work and roll up your sleeves and figure out that shit about yourself. Yep. And it's tough. Yep. Like, that's the other thing too. Sometimes it's uncomfortable as fuck to dig in and be like, okay, why am I this way? Why am I acting this way? How did I get to where I'm at? And to have those harsh conversations with yourself, shit is brutal.
Full audit.
Way easier to try and, even just not be engaged. That's the other thing too, that I know it doesn't really pertain to like dating coaches, but this is something that I know I'm guilty of, and I'm sure other people are too, is distracting yourself from not doing the work either. Like, how much time a day do you spend watching fucking Netflix when you could be thinking, what do I want to do with myself? Where do I want to go? And how do I get there? Instead of, oh, cool, I'm going to rewatch a fucking season of, Arrested Development, one of my favorite shows. But it's like, I could be being productive, spend this time working on myself, and instead of doing that because it's uncomfortable, I'm focusing on distracting myself, or I'm trying to get a gimmick for a quick fix because I don't want to do the fucking work.
Yep.
You see that here in dating, in pretty much any area of your life, and if that's the attitude that you have, that's probably why you are where you are now.
Yep. Yeah. I'll categorize it for you. Get rich quick, scheme, right? We recognize it. Any billionaire will tell you that ain't they never got that way, right? Lose weight quick, easy diet, this and that. Anybody in real shape will tell you it's not easy. And dating coach, they're in the same category. Anyone that is in real relationships, that dates for real, that isn't really in touch with themselves, will look at those people and laugh at them.
Yes.
So don't be the desperate person that's broke, the desperate person that is overweight, or the desperate person that is single, and look to these fucking snake oil salesmen that are selling you a pile of fucking lies. It's not for you anymore. It's for them. Do for you, man. And that's... Yeah. Don't fucking buy the diet pill. Don't fucking buy the get-rich-quick scheme program. And don't fucking buy... this is how you manipulate women into getting your dream girl. And fuck off, all right?
Right.
They're trying to sell you a very manipulated form of Disneyland. Of happily ever after, and there is no formula to that. So stop them in their tracks immediately roll your eyes and move the fuck on. Don't entertain people like that. You just can't. It's destructive, and it's one of those hurt people. Yep. They're destructive in their own shit. That's why they're doing this, because they don't recognize that it's flawed. If they recognize that it's flawed, they would have fixed it already, and they wouldn't do this. They're trying to manipulate it now and gimmick you, right? And gimmick and pull at heartstrings of you. And these are people that find desperations in people and look for ways to manipulate it for their own good. And what they're teaching you about to do with women, they're doing to you right now.
Yes.
Right? They're trying to find you in a desperate place and manipulate you into thinking that they're the one for you. And that's what it's the same practices they use how to pick up strangers in the fucking store or on the street. Fuck you. Yeah. Leave that woman alone. If she was interested in you, she knows how to speak for her fucking self. Stop. Yes. Just stop.
That's the other thing that's crazy is it's not like women are just sitting around waiting for guys to come up and fucking talk to them before they show any interest.
These people believe that
I know.
To be true. And they're begging for you to talk to them. They believe this shit.
I know. It's like, leave those women alone. Let them go about their day. If they're interested, you'll find out.
Yep.
But also, it's one of those things where it's like looking for that constantly. Like, that shit sounds exhausting. Because you're going around. But also, like, it's just being a fucking creep.
Yep.
Like, there's no nice way to put it. You're being a fucking creep if you walk up to some girl randomly. Like, even if somebody walks up to me and talks to me in the grocery store for anything, I'm instantly just like, what do you want from me? Get away.
Yes.
Is that how you want to start your relationship with this girl?
Yep.
Right? With, what do you want from me? Why are you creeping me out? You know, all this stuff. I don't know. That's the point, or like, I would say, what is the point of going up, talking to them, starting off your relationship that way? And it's like, great. How'd you two meet? Oh, I was sitting there shopping for fucking carrots, and this creepy dude walked up to me and hit me with a line.
Yep.
And I guess it worked, maybe?
Because I'm dumb like he is, or whatever, right?
And that's the other thing, is if they do fall, like, for that shit, what's wrong with them?
Yep.
That would sketch me out.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's... Look, and this will get to more people too, but you need to be checked on this also. You don't approach bitches... Jesus Christ. You don't approach... You don't approach... I'm getting fired up, sorry. I caught myself.
You did.
You don't approach people at the gym or strangers. You don't approach them at the grocery store. You want to meet people, go to clubs and go to parties, because that's where people go to meet people. That's social places for that. But hold on,
okay.
I got something. One more with it is that. Oh, I might have lost it. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Shit, I did lose it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say though, that doesn't mean that you can't have legit interactions. You know, something like that, like something funny happens, or like you know, like there's
share an experience.
Yes, there's an opportunity for that when you're going around. But what this is, it's different. It's forcing that experience, and it's just forcing everything. And it's so
natural shared creepy. Experiences are fine.
Yes.
We happen to be on the same block is not a natural shared experience.
No.
We happen to be in the same grocery store, not a natural shared experience. We jump out of a plane together and we land, that's a natural shared experience. Yes. Like, hey, that was fucking awesome, right? Yeah, that's the thing to talk to people about. That's different.
Right.
Oh, so the piece I was going to get about is this gets to more of you motherfuckers out there do this. So this is a time to check yourself. Yes, you don't approach women, strangers, anyone. Like, there's no reason to.
Right.
Unless you have a natural shared experience. Stop dropping in people's DMs for no fucking reason. If you know them, drop in the DM. That's fine. That's different. If I just friended you and now I'm all up in your DMs, stop it, dude. You're a fucking creep. I'll speak on behalf of a lot of women out there because they'll show me, like, if you only saw what my DMs looked like. And there's a reason that if you are a male that's a friend or friends with another female, and you actually are friends with them, and you just DM them, hey, what's the plans for tomorrow? Are you going to da-da-da? You'll get a late response because they are so overwhelmed with their DMs by fucking creeps. Stop DMing them out of the blue. Don't be the guy to send the dick pic. And don't be the guy to send that fucking video, blah, blah, blah shit. Stop. You are being a fucking creep. This is a PSA from men, by men, to fucking men.
Yes.
Stop. You're giving us a bad fucking name, right? Because you don't represent me, motherfucker. Mm-mm. And I don't, stop doing this shit. It's basic. It shouldn't, it feels stupid that we should have to even explain this to people. Yeah. On a lighter note.
Yeah, so we decided to lighten the mood a little bit, go to one of our favorite things, which is going on Reddit and looking at some would you rathers. So, would you rather have the ability to be able to jump 500 feet in the air and be immune to the damage from falling, right? Okay. So you can jump up 500 feet and not get hurt, or be able to teleport behind someone that's in your line of sight by saying, "Nothing personal, kid."
What? Hold on, by saying
and then it says with a star by it, if you pick the second option, you also get a free katana, fedora, and trench coat.
What?
That was just so weird.
That's funny.
So which one?
You transport behind them by saying that, or to say that?
By saying that. So you say...
I look at somebody, I say,
nothing personal, kid, and you can teleport immediately behind them. It's...
so dumb. You know what? Fuck it, I'll do that one, because then I'll be in jiu-jitsu tournaments and get everyone's back.
I would definitely have to go with that one, too. That one's just weird.
The katana might get disqualified, though, so...
Yeah, I mean, well, you can leave it doesn't say you have to have the katana. You just get one for picking that. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. Would you rather be able to see your stats like a video game, so in real life, so see exactly where you're at, or be able to quick save, so basically save, and then load back a previous time, like in a video game? So there's a certain moment, you want to redo things, right before shit goes down, you could hit save and then come back.
Oh, and then fuck around and see if you fail, you at least got to that.
Right.
Definitely that option. Fucking definitely that option. Yeah. What was the first option even?
Like just to see your stats.
Yeah, fuck that. Who cares?
Okay.
If you're self-auditing, you're seeing your own stats.
That's true. That's true. This one's just weird. Would you rather start all your sentences in a really childish voice with, "My mommy told me," or each time you finish a sentence, you moan really sexually?
The moans actually be funny. That sounds like a really fun drinking game, like a penalty. Like if you penalize, like you got to, after every sentence thing you say, you have to moan. That'd be great.
Yeah, but you'd have to do that with everything, like for the rest.
Oh man, imagine like grandma asks for like, "Hey, do you want some more mashed potatoes, honey?" Love mashed potatoes, grandma.
But is that worse than saying, "My mommy told me I love mashed potatoes"?
Imagine saying that to your significant other. Be like, "Hey, my mommy told me, can I get a blowjob tonight?" Could you imagine? I would. So yes, I gotta moan. I gotta create the moan. At least I can act like I'm moaning because I'm hungry.
That's true. Okay. So that was an interesting one. This one's just kind of weird. Would you rather have $1 million or have 1 million ducks that you can control with your mind?
Fuck yeah! One sounds way cooler than the other.
I'm kind of thinking going the ducks. Like at first, I was like, that's really easy. Like, $1 million. But then, I don't know, like there's
the control with your mind part is what makes that cool. Yes. 1 million ducks, who gives a fuck about?
But I mean, think of the things you could do with those ducks.
Dude, it would be amazing.
And there's so many of them.
They could just each of them. You got 1 million of them?
Yeah.
Get them to each steal $1. There's your $1 million. Fucking problem solved, baby. Hell yes.
Oh man.
Ducks.
Oh. Yeah. I'm just thinking like with these, my mind instantly goes to like all the shit I could do to people with them. Yeah. Like imagine just covering somebody's yard with 100 ducks. Yeah. then just being like, cool, I got
or just being like about to fight somebody, whatever, or it's 5 guys like, dude, there's 5 of us, there's only one of you, or is there?
Or is there? It's just like the whole sky goes dark.
Hootie hoo, and all of a sudden, hell yes.
That'd be great.
Just see them not even flying. They're doing that walk with their wings out. All of them just angrily walking. Dude, it'd be amazing.
Okay. Here's another one. Let's see. Would you rather become a devout Scientologist or a loyal anti-vaxxer?
Ooh, that's a tough one. A devout Scientologist or a loyal anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, and this isn't like being a part of Scientology for just like, oh, like I'm just here for, for fun and see you're like you're in. Like,
I gotta go anti-vax, I guess. I'd rather die early because I didn't vaccinate than live long under some fucking manipulative bullshit like Scientology.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably have to go with that one too.
Because really, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Fuck both those guys.
Right. That's pretty. Ugh. All right. This one's just rough. Would you rather have a non-lethal scorpion wriggle around in your mouth for 5 minutes,
fuck me, dude,
or get softly kicked in the face by a horse for 10 minutes?
Softly kicked in the face.
What does that look like?
Oh my god.
I might have to go kicked in the face.
Yeah, I couldn't have a scorpion. I don't even want to touch a scorpion. Put one in my mouth.
But it's non-lethal.
Yeah, but it's still. You want something crawling around your mouth? Ugh. Yeah, softly kick me in the face, I guess. Sounds so weird. That's funny.
Okay. This was just weird. Would you rather have a permanent mustache on your forehead? So I guess permanent unibrow.
Okay.
That's just thick, right? Or one of your ears is green, like an elf.
Not pointed, but just green.
I think just green. Maybe pointed. We can add it.
Ooh, that's tough, dude. I'd go with the green ear. One ear? Just one?
It says just one.
Because then you can have a good side. You know what I mean?
That's true.
All your pictures, you're just like...
Yeah. That's true. Plus, I don't know. I feel like we've kind of given up on our ears looking good anyways. Yeah, so, yeah, it's pretty easy.
Creating elf ears in a way anyway.
Okay. Well, I find a better one. This one's kind of weird. Would you rather have constant movie score background music for everything that you do?
Which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Or only be able to listen to regular music when you're doing absolutely nothing?
I don't get that.
So basically, when you're running around doing your thing, it's movie score, right? But the only time you can listen to like music, like the songs that you want to listen to, is when you're doing nothing.
The first one.
Yeah.
I don't know what that... Yeah, that second one doesn't sound appealing to me.
Yeah.
It'd be dope because you hear music, movie shit, you could hear... When you hear done, like the scary shit, like, oh shit, something's about to go down. That's how you know. If I hear like, I know somebody's behind me trying to fucking get me. It'd be great.
Okay. We don't have to answer this one, but this one's just weird as fuck, and I really want to see your reaction to this. Would you rather kiss Tony Hawk for a free, random but cool skateboard, or would you rather disrespect Tony Hawk for Shaun White and his snowboard?
For Shaun White to kiss him? Or
I don't know. It just that's all it says.
Sounds so stupid. Yeah. Neither? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just so weird.
It's people that are into that stuff.
Yeah.
Not into either.
Oh, here we go. Would you rather use a time machine that takes you back to a random period in time, you have no control over it, or a teleporter that takes you to a random place, and same thing, no control?
Oh,
that's a good one.
I'd rather the time one.
Okay.
Random place could be middle of the ocean. You're done. Right? A prison. You're done.
Right. Somalia. Done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
bumfuck Egypt, Georgia. You're done.
Yeah. Mississippi. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, I think
Random
you could see some cool stuff too with time period. Is you could go to the
Yeah,
future.
like you could be
go
like
to the
wherever it
past.
sends you, it'd be kind of neat. It could send you to last week, and you'd be like, oh shit, I know some things from here. Or it could send you to centuries ago. As long as it doesn't keep you there. If you're stuck there, it's different.
Yeah. This one's pretty simple. Oh, yikes. Let's get weird. Would you rather have a moldy, wet, stuffed Ernie the Muppet toy or a fake dead kitten collection? This person's a serial killer. I just want to throw that out there right now.
Yeah, that's serial killer shit. I don't know.
And that's what we'll end on. Would you rather have a moldy, wet, stuffed Ernie the Muppet toy hanging around your house?
Why
or
that's so specific?
A fake dead kitten collection. Well, yeah, this person clearly has it.
A fake dead kitten collection?
Yes. Which I really want to know what that looks like.
Yeah, is that just cat stuffed animals? Fake dead kitten collection. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Somebody report that guy.
Yeah. All right. Last one. We won't make you answer that. Last one. Would you rather switch sexes every day when you wake up, or have a different weird fetish every day when you wake up?
So each day, if the switch sex is one, I'd
it's
be
not
male
necessarily
today,
switching
a
back and
female
forth.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Sure. Or it's just like, floating however you feel.
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, just switch sexes every day back and forth, right? Or
Totally
wake up.
would switch sexes every day. Dude, oh my God. So many sexist thoughts are going through my head with that option.
So,
Hell yes.
No feet for you?
No feet.
Cool.
No feet fetishes.
There you go.
Answer in the comments.
Yeah. What's your... Answer any of those would you rathers. Which one's your favorite? And
give us one. Time. Give us a would you rather. That's actually a cool follow-up. Because these Reddit ones are kind of weird.
Yeah.
I want cool ones. Make it dark and make it like dark humor and fucking like offensive. More offensive the better.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird.